na menkwa homane sobra na bene the national youth organizer of the National Democratic Congress Commander Pablo George Opare Addo ending komo wasanso a lawyer ne councilor no plenty good morning and say na empomu boko e was not there
na me so ya we and so far so good.
Campaign no say for your party and then your candidate.
At the moment, we have done the OCA. We have outdoor the candidate to the people of ASSIN North. And former running mate, man, Professor Nanobo Kwazima Ebekan. And they visited most of the places. As I speak to you, the candidate has been embarking on more of a retail campaign. He's been embarking on his retail campaign. And so the program I have drawn, we are adhering to it, and I can tell you for free that it's going very well. There is a genuine likeness for Joe creation. And so it is not typical marketing. Everywhere we have gone so far, the reception has been very welcoming. And I can ask myself, how long has it been empty? Because you will find something that is attributed to Joe Creation. But when was he MP previously for ABR 4, 5, 10 years? Because in almost every town, and we did almost 12 towns.
Okay.
And everywhere we went to, you will see a project attributed to Joe Creation. And the town folks will tell you, 1 year power with DMP, you can find his brush painting every single town. If it is not about electricity, if it is not about street lights, if it is not about water, his football fields are all put like all mower, he posts, jerseys, classroom blocks, donation of cement, and the most important thing is human resource development. And I'm going to say, remember, on the chair between, sir, the chair between, sir,
yeah.
He's done tremendously well. And, when you have a candidate or your market all turn in and that is what Joe Creation gives us. I can understand why the NPP is so bent, also, and the threats of Otomana, the Saint Jelino, because they don't have an alternative. The truth is that the Creation stands tall. A bomb prize come the 27th of June. The good people of ASSIN what they have and go and return to Creation back to Parliament.
Okay, on the ground, the Obeka say NDC very formidable in terms of a candidate, Ejuma Amuye pointed towards victory for your party on 27th of June.
Extremely formidable.
Now, there are genuine concerns. Mudikai Erezi, yes, one of the NPP's aspirants, especially, and one only winning, when you're registered voter, AC, air tries, Ebeba, any idea, plus other allegations are making of vote buying NPP for a project. In fact, the speed at which I hear quite near concerns are more raising. Now, what do the people tell you when you tell them some of these things?
On the issue of candidates, and your registered voter, it's not something we are using for campaign.
Okay.
We raised it, and I believe it is a strength horse, a trip. And so it's not something anybody is using for campaign. But the good news is that Nipani would get close to Okumewu. And they've also had say, after the Kumewu by-elections, contractors about financing and waiting. Now, I don't put it apparently in 2020, the lady who was MP here a year something very similar.
Mm.
Before the 2020 election, most of the roads and the contractors are found or the machines they will go so. And right after the elections, when she lost, all the people left. Until yesterday at the Kokrovian from Zephyr Kenan. When I got there was effective work ongoing. When we interacted with them, they told us, oh, wait, let me hire 2020, the same thing on the air, man. They almost on we for about what we do so, and on Mokai song of mine. She just go ahead and do it. But we shouldn't be worried. They know what Joe Quayson has done for the constituency. They know that Joe Quayson had not gone through, they all go through now. By now, finally, on my so there is hope from the people. They also know that I'm with this car and near two caps and to talk to those and the people are more than ready to take whatever they are bringing to them, but still punish them for the wrongs they have done to Joe Grayson.
I see. Now the reality again, Pablo, and it's your candidate standing a criminal trial in the High Court. Is it the party strategy? Say, Wobeye MPBMA, obey to me at least as the privileges, you're granted to MPs, require, you bet me a use society, just to swear away the court processes, and because that is the fear of the people as well.
There's never been the fear of anybody here, sir. The election and so on. And let me explain something as a lawyer. Now,
okay.
In trying to suit you, it is only people in the NPP. Only people in the NPP. And people who don't even know what the law is. And I entertain the fear of education going to prison. 2. NDC and feel they education because the person is the criminal prosecution. Nobody is above the law. Even another banquet before or commit felony and a certain crime here. Even as the same president, he can still be prosecuted and taken to prison. There are some crimes he cannot commit murder and get away with it, even though he's president. There are some crimes that they can ignore, but once it is criminal, civil cases, you may not get your day in court. But when it is criminal and it is a felony, misdemeanors, you may not get your day in court. But it is a felony and it is against the Constitution. You cannot get away with. Which is education, it's been get you away with. Now, let me say this. It is wrong for anybody to suggest anywhere, say, justification is a criminal prosecution, guilty. The Constitution 1992 says you are innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
2, for anybody to be guilty in any criminal issue, 2 things must have taken place. That is the actus reus and then the mens rea. Actus reus, not a year. One corner is the YM. It is you can't say assault. I should have assaulted you for the actus reus to take place. Then the mens rea. The mens rea is the intent. If the mind is not guilty, you are not guilty. The actus reus may have taken place, but Ebia, Mirao Studio, Madame for no, it is the speaker as a saying, me chiao, no, and maybe so the camera was a January mark, but a book count.
Yeah.
And then maybe it was slipping in our bone film. I mean, Pengu, waiting crap pie. I would have been charged for Ebia on causing harm. But the intent is that me chiao or not, not me chiao, we pronounce not me chiao, and I'm mistake we see it. If my intent is that me be proud, near one a accident, but when I had intended that me buy any traffic kind and I'm the boat, the intentions was clear. In the case of the situation, in 2019, before the NDC parliamentary primary, and officially, the Krata, a Koma Canadian government said, the Babi Deepa, my baby, you may comment. Munkrata, the man here, Sherman, so said me a Canadian, the patrol, me PBM, me ABM. 2020, and I come in a strike here, even the COVID a buy, and never be very delayed because most people they closing down. But his intention have been made clear to the Canadian government. On October 9th to 12th, ECABA nomination, say, Ubia, Officer, Congress, Ubia, on Fanning Krata and Bra. The situation in India, on the 15th of November, ECABA by teacher situation said, Ubia, the one to say, on your Gandhi, 19 on Nemo Quine, Utina, the elections now, here back the corner. And also, no crazy. There was a year, Mammy renounced the citizenship to the government of Canada, not yet. And I tell you, the EC is the legally mandated body to conduct elections. He offered, luckily for him, on the 15th of November, now the renunciation certificate about the country start. If the advance said on your Canada by Adia to me say, I want to know 10 years you may be on your Canada, you know, which means the question is who is or the renunciation certificate, a coin. And I need to share, and I need to do on your Canada. Only the case of Parkway Hindu. That's in the Electoral Commission. I copied Supreme Court in 2016, and now he's the qualified part of the Hindu. Now he's an argument, time will be a nomination. Hindu did the document by when we are correct, within that time frame, it's unqualified. Only the boy out Supreme Court in the buyer.
Dabby.
Supreme Court we can change in the show. Time will be a nomination. And yet, that period, maybe. That period needs maybe the nomination, but not problem do a nomination in one. Or who can say, best friend, I'm a senior, Mama said, I say, clerical, and I get two fatal on the private point, I'm an assistant. But the real time, I would be test, and it's the date for the election. It is in between the period, the everything are corrected. Then I said, December, not a problem here. That was the decision in the Parkway Hindu case. When the EC invited the situation after the close of nominations, it was based on that principle now. Supreme Court probably a case of Hindu. So when the EC looked at it, even though on the 7th, on the 9th to the 12th now of filing nomination, now the renunciation certificate in the country. On the 15th of the following month, now I'm inviting the Don Brown, no certificate. So the EC cleared him to go and contest. And he contested and he won. Mr. Speaker, what did the Jatukwesen take the oath of office and swore his oath of allegiance to Ghana? He swore his oath of office and his allegiance to Ghana not on the day he was elected, but 1 month after his election. Yeah. That was on the 7th of January 2021.
Yeah.
So he officially became a member of parliament. Winning an election does not make you a member of parliament. And yet when he swore the oath of allegiance, and I was becoming a member of parliament. And so clearly in our minds, and for me, I say this without any fear of a convocation, if the new Supreme Court is reconstituted, they will arrive at a different conclusion. Because I strongly believe that the decision in the Jatukwesen case was decided paying premium without addressing their mind to Act 284 of the People's Representative Act. That speaks to the argument I have just espoused based on the Perfect Indian case. 2, the issue of citizenship, any allegiance. When I left University of Ghana, a few of the mates, Army School, joining British Army, Ghanaian citizens.
Okay.
When they joined the British Army, that time Afghanistan also. When they joined the army, they were not given British citizenship. They were given residence permits in England. So they were Ghanaian citizens with residence permits in England, but swore the oath of allegiance to serve the British Empire and the British Army. So you cannot equate allegiance to citizenship. And for me, what I learned in conflict of laws, that if you have issues with laws in another country, you don't resort to Wikipedia. You call for an expert opinion from South Chrono, about autonomy, about the Gabanse. And it is happening in many cases where the laws were conflicting with the Ghanaian law.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the issue of Canadian citizenship. In the case of MP for tomorrow,
yes,
where they alleged that he had Ivorian citizenship, the High Court certainly invited experts who understood Ivorian law to come to court and explain how their citizenship in that country works. And that is how the lady was exonerated. So what I was expecting our Supreme Court to do was to invite an expert from Canada and not resort to Wikipedia and say that based on research by Wikipedia, that is not the position of the law, especially when it has got to do with such sensitive national matters as defining the law. And that is what we have from our Supreme Court. And I am very confident that this decision from the Supreme Court will not stand the test of time. I have read the 35 pages that were written by the Lordship and Ameglache.
Okay.
And consistently, I find a lot of inconsistencies in the position of the law based on what we all know. Mr. Speaker, you cannot equate allegiance to citizenship. And you see, when the framers of the Constitution are sure, okay, the wedding in 94 they were very clear on the issue of allegiance. And in the you can understand why they did not equate or use the word citizenship or use allegiance.
Very well. So that
it's not citizenship. And I'm now example to say, I know people who served in the British Army who were Ghanaian citizens. I swore allegiance. Before you said you swore allegiance, you think they were allegiance. But we're not citizens of England. So we need to reconcile that. And also for the criminal prosecution, the question we are asking is what was the intent? Quay's intention was made very clear right from the word go.
Okay.
In 2019, he attended in his Canadian passport to the government and written officially that Niger cannot be. So his intent was clear. If not for COVID, I believe Myanmar, Quay would have received it in my baby certificate even way before the 9th of October 2029 of filing the nomination.
So now it is dependent on prosecutors, from the Attorney General's office, to prove beyond reasonable doubt when it comes to menswear, right?
The step for criminal trial, you can lose the civil trial. Your civil trial, the test is a bit loose. The test now, and our standards are
yeah.
For whoever is alleged, any low. So you can win civil, but for criminal trial, the standards are beyond all, emphasis on all, not just reasonable doubt. For civil and beyond reasonable doubt.
Okay. All right.
But for criminal, beyond all. So if there is one odd, how do it will be if the elements also put in criminal trial AS 10, amount 5. Now to be 9 out of the 10, amount 4 out of the 5. Make one, the court will agree.
Very well. Commander, I don't pay.
It is not true all beyond reasonable doubt.
Very well. I don't pay my man, and now I say I'm very grateful for your time.
Yes, sir, that was it.
Okay. And George Opare Addo, Ada, Bedin, the Dean Combono. But